What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. A lot of things going on in this show tonight. So, Impact, what do we got going on as we still lead into this Overdrive show coming on the next few weeks, huh? Well, we kick it off with the Digital Media Championship on the line with Joe Hendry coming out first, talking about, the internet and everything. It's a scary place, but he said he's going to get that title because Brian Myers uses his championship just to sell dolls and whatnot. So, Joe Hendry said he'd be a force for good and everything. As talked about, I believe in Joe Hendry. Brian Myers and Matt Cardona came out as Myers is defending the title against Joe Hendry. What can I say really about this match? Not a bad match out there, I should say. Pretty good. Well, like I said, pretty good match. Not much I can really say from it. I know Cardona came, tried to distract Hendry, but Heath and Rhino came out there then, which they started fighting Cardona then after that. Myers had got Hendry and hit him with a big like execution for the 2 count. He tried to go for the roster cut, but Hendry hit a big Uranagi on him for the win, which Joe Hendry did end up winning a digital media title. So yes, he is the new champion. I know this belt doesn't really mean that much, honestly. I'll give Brian Myers some credit, though. He did his best to try that belt mean something, and even though I felt like this title still really doesn't mean much, but at least he tried to get it over. But with him losing that title now, him and Cardona can focus on going for the tag team championships now. Will Joe Hendry make the title better? I don't know, but with him doing his singing thing and stuff, we'll see what happens. In the back, Giselle Shaw had a new content creation manager, Jai Vidal. Basically had a whole video package, which basically taking several wrestlers and inserting the name, Giselle Shaw, as they said, saying that Giselle Shaw's the greatest wrestler ever and everything. And, all these people using like clips from Tommy Dreamer, Sammy Callahan, Mickey James, Lance Storm, Deanna Perrazzo, like, like Giselle Shaw's a Hall of Famer or something. So, they were just taking clips from different places. Next, they had a Violent by Design promo, basically with Eric Young, Diener, Big Con, Connor from the Ascension, and Alan Angels. You know, with Big Joe, Joe Hendry, not Joe Hendry, Joe Doring. We don't know when he will come back in the foreseeable future right now. And once again, best wishes to him as he fights cancer. But they have 2 new members now, as Eric Young said that Violent by Design has gotten stronger. Khan said it's a new era of violence and that, it's always darkest before dawn. Alan Angels talked about he was always in a dark place before. Dark Order, yeah. And, he's here to display violence and stuff. And that, Sammy Callahan's on the wrong side of violence, which, you know, I know they're trying to get this group still going. I actually thought it was going to end and stuff because I don't know what's going to go with Eric Young and, Diener, but then they have all the yellow raincoat guys walking around. Good for Connor. At least they got something for him. Alan Angels, I still really kind of question him in a way, given that you were just in a cult group that was not really over to go to another group. So you went from the Dark Order and now you're here with Violent by Design, maybe the Yellow Order or something like that. I don't I don't know, but this is like you just went from one cult to another cult. So I was kind of hoping Alan Angel was just gonna make a name for himself and get that Dark Order stink off of him. Because I was already digging the guy, like okay, maybe it's not gonna go so bad for him. He's not bad out there. He's trying to be his own name and stuff. But now you're back in a cult again. Will this really make him better? I don't know. Next, Speedball Mike Bailey went against Trey Miguel in a semifinals match for the X Division title. Um, Kenny King came out watching the match as he had some popcorn sitting down. It's a pretty good match, but it ended up with Kenny King ended up throwing Trey Miguel into the steel step, basically disqualifying Mike Bailey. Then after that, as he just kind of sarcastically just kind of walked away from it. Then so basically now next week, either between Black Taurus and PJ Black will be in the semifinals. Trey basically moves on to the finals. Um, Trey Miguel, I feel like they need to do something else with him than go back for the X Division title. I don't think he will win the X Division title. I don't know who he's going to face in the finals, whether it be PJ Black or Black Taurus, but they need something different for Trey Miguel. I don't think he needs to be the champion again. Kenny King, no, now having a feud with Mike Bailey, given that he has lost to Mike Bailey 2 different times now and stuff. I guess they kind of set up a feud with him, getting Mike Bailey away from the title for a minute because like I said before, I don't think they should have took the title off of him, and especially if they were going to do the whole option C thing with, you know, Kazarian, since everybody can just ask for Josh Alexander for a title shot, did they really need just to put the belt on Kazarian just for him to get a title shot? Not really. And they could have kept rolling with this speedball Mike Bailey, X Division title reign going on. But this does set up a feud though at the same time. Um, Kenny King did cut a promo, talking about, he had the goal of winning the title till Mike Bailey got involved and was taken away from him. But he still wants that X Division and the world title. But he's got to, he's got to take care of something before he can focus on those titles. So he's still kind of following the Honor No More mission statement and whatnot. And just like Morpheus, he's gonna expose all these fake tricks in the Matrix. So he's gonna see Mike Bailey real soon. Rosemary and Taya tried to cheer up Jessica as she talked about losing her first match. As Taya brought out, how about alcohol? And Rosemary said, no, 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 don't do that. You need to fuel yourself with hatred. But Rosemary told Jessica to, you need to bite Tasha's face off in the match next week. As Jessica said, you know what, I think I may need a drink now. So I guess she's gonna go get drunk. Um, Bhupinder Guha, who had new music, went against G Sharp. Um, I don't know why this match was almost 4 minutes. Like, if he's putting him against a job guy, why is a job guy getting so much offense on him? I get they're trying to build Bhupinder up, but he didn't need to be facing a job guy for almost 4 minutes out there, okay? Good win, but still, that should have been like a minute and that's it. Um, Heath and Rhino were cutting a promo in the back. They were cutting a promo until they saw who did they see? They saw Josh Alexander sitting down. Basically, Rhino told him, "Listen, I've known Bully Ray for over 20 years. He's a piece of shit. Don't trust him." So he just kind of looked on after that. Alicia Edwards was talking to Jessica backstage. Jessica reading a book from ODB about drinking and everything, and Alicia didn't want to drink. Jessica said she's gonna go to the Real Down Under at the Aussie Open or something like that, and she left as doing no ODB bam thing and walked off. Um, she went to Eddie Edwards in. I guess their marriage is still intact. As Alicia said, you won't let this go. But Eddie says, Honor No More is done. I buried PCO. It's over. But it's ride or die, right? What he kept telling her is Alicia just didn't know what to be sure about that. Mickey James went against Chelsea Green his last rodeo, career threatening match. Very good match between both of these two. I know Deanna Prazo got involved, but Taylor Wilde ended up stopping her. This was a good match, I will say that. All I kind Mickey James ended up, reversing like the drop kick and hitting like a jackknife pin for the win. Which Mickey James, still keeps her career intact. I never really thought she was gonna lose in general, but I believe this may have been Chelsea Green's last time in Impact because, later on they showed Niana trying to, see where she was going. As Chelsea Green said she was going home. I know there's been rumors about her going back to the WWE anyway, so this may have been her last match with Impact after this whole Mickey James rodeo thing. So this probably been her last time here in the company tonight. So will she end up on WWE? Probably soon, but we'll see. Steve Macklin was looking for Scott D'Amore winning a world title shot, even telling Dreamer where he's at. And Dreamer says he's not here, and he doesn't demand. He's not gonna cave into talent asking for, demand a world title shot. Says Dreamer told him, you to be a locker room leader. But Macklin says, I don't want to be the locker room leader. I want to be the champion, okay? And you're just looking out for yourself, just like you're looking out for Bully Ray. You're just a shell of a man I once respected. And Dreamer says, you want a match? Okay, it could be a match against me next week. So, yeah, Tommy Dreamer versus Steve Macklin next week. Um, Bully Ray went against Sticky Dice, which, hey, ECW, Johnny Swinger's there too, which they brought in tables in. Bully's just looking very uninterested. Basically hits the bully bomb for the win, but after he won, Moose ran in there, hit a low blow, and put him through the table. As it went through commercial, Bully Ray said it's going to be a match with, Moose at Overdrive, but it's going to be a tables match now. Sammy Callahan was talking, you know, cutting a promo and even grabbing one of the minions from Eric Young, calling him an NPC and whatnot, saying, it's going to be a one-on-one match, no cheat codes, no NPCs. It's going to be a death match, double jeopardy. Basically says, the only way you can win is after they bleed or pin them after they. So it's like a first blood match, but you can only pin them after they bleed. So some hardcore match, I guess, basically. Um, right after that. They had a Frankie Kazarian video package of him being a TNA original, and talking about his time and impact and what he has done throughout the many years since the beginning of TNA. As talking to his wife Tracy Brooks, talking about how he's faced for the world title before, but has lost to AJ Styles in that very bad Styles clash where he landed on his neck. From a match with Kurt Angle, and talked about that he has to be the champion and everything. Because if he doesn't win the title, he just kind of paused for a minute and he says, "I have to win no matter what," basically. So good video package for Kazarian, even though I do feel this is very rushed though for him to face Josh Alexander for the title, but it's not like Kazarian's doing anything in AEW right now. So, he's a TNA original, so we'll see what happens. In the main event, we did get Jordan Grace versus Giselle Shaw for the Knockouts title in the main event. Solid match. Nothing wrong with that, even though I'm surprised they rushed this match that fast. I thought they would have waited a few more weeks until doing this title match, but Jordan Grace ended up getting the win, hit a power bomb, and then a Grace driver after that. But after Jordan Grace won, next thing you know, Masha Slammovich, who has not been seen since Bound for Glory, ends up attacking Jordan Grace, even throwing a whole bunch of chairs there, hitting a big snow plow after that, um, leaving Jordan Grace there. So obviously it'll be a rematch for that title coming up soon. So we'll see what happens from there. But as before the show went off the air, then they showed the desert where PCO was technically buried, and then lightning hit, and he rolls from the ground, his hand. So he'll be back soon enough. Overall, solid show of Impact this week as they go into Overdrive coming up. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I guess it's gonna be Jordan Grace versus Slamovich once again pretty soon after that great match they had at Bound for Glory. Mickey James, who we know it's Taylor Wilde as the next opponent, but when will Mickey James be going for the title at the same time? Think about that. So pretty solid show. Like I said, I think this was Chelsea Green's last night in the company. So we'll see what happens from there. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Hood Knight 890. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all then. Peace out.